Hello, everyone. It's Royce here, and I want to welcome you all to the Royce in the House YouTube channel. Check the channel out. If you like it, please subscribe. We've got over 400 videos, a lot of them just like this in terms of the topics, rock and roll. Rock and roll and classic rock is what we love, and we make shows on that. Some of them are live podcasts. We do a live podcast every Sunday. This is going to be a pre-recorded show that runs tonight, okay? So thank you all for joining me. What we're going to be talking about now is why Hart's Wilson sisters walked out on a Led Zeppelin concert. Can you imagine that? What I wouldn't do to go to a Led Zeppelin concert. They walked out on one. Okay, so here we go. Let's get right into it. He's saying this is one of the Hart sisters talking. He's saying, "Squeeze my lemon," and we were like, "Oh, we must leave." The premises, Hart's Wilson sisters once walked out of a Led Zeppelin show because Robert Plant was too suggestive. Imagine that. Somebody thinking Robert Plant is suggestive. We were scandalized and we walked away. Hart's guitarist Nancy Williams has revealed that she and her sister Ann once walked out on an early Led Zeppelin show after being shocked by frontman Robert Plant's suggestive lyrics. A guitar virtuoso from the age of 9, Nancy and her sister Ann later led the multi-platinum rock group Hart, who have sold upwards of 35 million records. Okay, so speaking, we got an interview here. Speaking with Premier Guitar on a episode of 100 Guitarists podcast devoted to Jimmy Page. The whole podcast was devoted to Jimmy Page. Wilson describes the sisters' first experience of watching Led Zeppelin at a show at the Green Lake Aqua Theater in Seattle, Washington in May of 1969, May of 1969. And she says the singer, he's so suggestive, remembers Wilson. He's got his shirt wide open. He's got his bare chest. His jeans were really low riders, and he was moving in this way that was so super suggestive, and we were kind of shocked. We were like, oh my God. Then he's saying, "Squeeze my lemon till the juice runs down my leg," which is actually borrowed from a Robert Johnson song titled "Traveling Riverside Blues" and Howling Wolf's "Killing Floor." The Lemon song was on Led Zeppelin 2, released in October 1969, about 10 months after the release of Led Zeppelin 1. So Led Zeppelin 1 and 2 were released in 69. Okay. Led Zeppelin 3 was released in 70. All three releases happened. This is just a little personal trivia. All three of those releases happened while I was still in high school. So, I mean, Led Zeppelin was a huge game changer for me and my friends. We never heard anything like it. We actually absolutely fell in love with Led Zeppelin. Of course, as soon as I got out of high school, the following year, Led Zeppelin 4 with Stairway was released. Okay, so back to the story. Nancy Wilson continues. We were a little folk band, at the time. We were, from the suburbs. So we were kind of square little hippie chicks to be unenlightened. So let's just say they were like, oh, they're so loud. They're just being suggestive and loud. I think girls were just freaking out, man. We were like, oh, we must leave. We must leave the premises because we're just shocked. So we actually walked out of the Green Lake Aqua Theater. We were scandalized. So we walked away. I love these little stories. That's one thing about this show. I have two rock shows on my channel. One is Rock and Roll Deep Dives in the Back Untold Story, and the other one's Rock and Roll Chronicles. And this show will go on both of them. But check them out. You're going to like them. Hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything. Hit the notification bell. You get a one-time notification when the show's coming on. So, okay, thanks. So we must leave. We're being scandalized. So they left the Green Lake Aqua Theater and walked away. The Lemon song was the 10th song on Led Zeppelin's 12-song set list that night. So they saw most of the show, actually. The Lemon song was just a little over the top for them. So the future Heart founders missed the two closing numbers, Communication Breakdown, Whole Lot of Love. Two songs I absolutely love, along with most of the rest of the catalog. Okay, so here we go. Wilson claims that Led Zeppelin were supporting pop soul act The Fifth Dimension that night, famous for their 67 single Up, Up and Away. At the show, although Led Zeppelin gig archive suggests that there were other acts like Three Dog Night and the Vancouver band Spring. Okay, so here we go. Time heals all wounds, all is forgiven. Ann and Nancy Wilson of Heart performed their cover of Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven at the Kennedy Center on December 2nd, 2012. The performance was part of the 35th Center Honors and recognized Led Zeppelin for their impact on American culture. The performance featured Ann and Nancy Wilson, the little hippie chicks, along with Jason Bonham, Shane Fontaine, a large orchestra, and a choir section. And man, if you haven't seen Jason Bonham's An Evening with Led Zeppelin, please go see it. He's no longer with the, the Sammy Hagar show, which was a tribute to, tribute to Eddie Van Halen. Anyway, so you get a chance to see Jason Bonham. Do yourself a favor. I've seen him. He's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so anyway, that performance at the Kennedy Center by Ann and Nancy Wilson, Jason Bonham, and others moved Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, and John Paul Jones. Ann Wilson described the performance as an amazing, astounding moment. The full version of the performance was released on iTunes in 2016. I've watched it several times. I come across it on YouTube, or I'll search it on YouTube. What a fan! Oh my God, they do such a fantastic job. Well, anyway, folks, that's my little video for today. Now, keep in mind we have a live podcast every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Okay, and we'll be covering Neil Young this Sunday. It's going to be a great show. Come join us. Subscribe. You don't have to be subscribed to watch any of the videos. They're all available anytime you want. But we're building the show. We appreciate subscriptions. Please hit that thumbs up or like button. It gets the show and the channel distributed to a much wider audience, and it really helps us out a lot. So thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And that's what's happening in Royce's world today. Once again, thank you all so much.